Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, it's definitely warmer all throughout our region. In fact, take a look at our 24-hour temperature difference map. Most locations anywhere between 5 to almost 15 degrees warmer. So you'll definitely notice it if you haven't stepped out the door just yet today. Current temperatures 50s east side, 60s and 70s up and down I-5, 66 right now in Medford. But take a look at Brookings. You're at 71 degrees. You're the warmest location at this time. Now, satellite and radar composite, we have a pretty decent northeasterly flow at this time. High pressure off to our west. This will continue to build in for the next couple of days, giving us some very nice weather, from very summer-like weather as well. Not a whole lot of wind right now, except along the Oregon coast, a little bit on the breezy side, but we'll see the winds pick up later on this afternoon. In fact, our Stormcast wind gust map pretty much demonstrates that. We'll be looking at the winds generally from the northeast, maybe even east once we get towards this afternoon. Wind gusts around 25 miles an hour, give or take by a little bit. Now, our Rogue Valley planner for today, we're going to be looking at some very pleasantly warm temperatures for today. Temperatures getting into the low 80s. A lot of sunshine is going to be in the forecast this afternoon. 65 to 70 for the most part east of the Cascades. We're going to be looking at 70s and 80s west side, even along the coast. Brookings, 77 your forecast high for today. A pair of 83s for Grants Pass and Medford. Tonight, temperatures are going to start to warm up a little bit. We're going to be into the upper 30s east of the Cascades and a mixture of 40s and 50s, almost 60 degrees along the Oregon coast, kind of like what you saw this morning. In fact, Brookings' overnight low was 60 degrees. So our stormcast for today indicating that we're going to have a lot of clear sky and winds out of the east. Now, once we go through the day tomorrow, high pressure is going to start to get a little bit closer, so we're not going to have as many wind bars. It'll still be a little bit on the breezy side along the Oregon coast, but winds calming down because that high pressure getting closer and closer to our region. Once we go through the day on Saturday, well, we're going to start seeing a little bit more in terms of high clouds from our next system, and the stormcast wants to indicate some thunderstorms in the coast range. I'm not really sure that's going to happen because it's just a little bit too dry for those to really kind of build up. Now, our forecast for the Rogue Valley for the next couple of days, boy, it's going to be a scorcher. Temperatures getting 90 degrees for both Friday and Saturday. That's close to record highs, but I think we're going to be a little bit too far away from that. So either way you look at it, it's going to be pretty nice. Now, Mother's Day, that's also going to be a very nice day. That's obviously on Sunday. Temperatures getting well into the 80s throughout the day, 70s and 80s for most locations, and 60s along the Oregon coast. So very warm, but very pleasant overall. Could see maybe a few thunderstorms out towards Kalama Falls and maybe over by Mount Shasta City, but it's not really going to be a significant event. Now, in terms of pollen, it's going to stay pretty high for the next several days. It's kind of an unfortunate thing because we're just going to have high pressure really building in. It peaks essentially over by Friday and Saturday. Eventually, it starts to push down to our south a little bit. A weak system up to our north blows on by, gives us a few thunderstorms for some locations, and then it warms right back up into next week. So here we go with our forecast for the Oregon coast, 60s and 70s for the next several days. We'll just have some clouds from time to time, but other than that, very quiet lows into the 50s. Northern California, you're going to notice the same thing for all of our locations. There's a slight chance of thunderstorms on Sunday and pretty dry for most of the region with highs mostly into the 80s. Klamath Basin, your highs will be mostly into the 70s, although you could make 80 degrees possibly as early as Saturday. Lows into the 40s. Cascades also pretty dry for the next several days. You'll be close to 70 today, and then you'll generally be in that 70 to 75 degree range for the next several days after that. And here in the Rogue Valley, again, temperatures getting very close to 90 degrees, then cooling off only a little bit early next week.
For a nice couple days to get out, go enjoy it. I know we're in our health block right now, so just talking about mental health, but being able to get out and enjoy that sun, nice sunshine.
Yeah, perfect mental health day in the sense of like getting out and just getting away from everything and going out for a hike. Oh, that's going to be perfect.
So great. All right, well, thank you, Oliver.
You bet.
And in our health